Alright guys, Rich here from the RCNetwork. This is going to be the first video in a very short series on my MIP Pro4mance conversion kit on my Losi SCTE. This is going on my indoor race truck, specifically laid out for a high bite clay track. This MIP kit so far is very impressive. Very happy with the quality of the items, and also very impressed with the ease of installation. It's been very easy to start installing, as you see there, with little or no instructions. I printed out the instructions, but I just went out one night and just started turning wrenches and was able to get this far pretty much with no instructions. I had to refer to them on a couple of things with the turnbuckles and things like that, but so far this is about a third of the way into the install. I've pretty much done the easy stuff, as I call it, you know, mounting the front clip, the rear clip, center diff, and got the servo in there. Now I'm going to go into the electronics, getting the motor and the ESC in there. I'm going to have to resolder because the wires need to be longer for the motor. And the third thing is going to be probably the most difficult for me, particularly, is the first step is doing some research. The second step is actually doing the install. But tuning those bypass shocks for the MIP kit. It's looks a little tricky, but I want to do some research first before I start wasting time with the different. There's a whole different formula to get the right bypass, I guess. So still have to do my research on that. As far as negatives, there's only a couple that I have, and I'll show you guys a little bit closer up here the two slight negatives that I've seen. And you know, these are just slight tweaks that would just make things easier for the installer. As far as everything else, very impressed. I cannot wait to get this thing on the track to see the difference. I pretty much sunk a lot of effort and time in my TLR version of this truck, and really want to see what the MIP is all about. Initially, when I bought my SCTE, everyone was saying, hey, put the MIP kit on. Well, it had just come out, and I didn't want to be the first guy in line that says, okay, I'll do it. So I think I've seen this thing pretty much proven, and I want to see for myself now why I did it. So when it first came out, I think the retail was like $275. That was a lot of money for a chassis and a couple of carbon towers and these bypass shocks. So now the price has come down quite significantly. I think pretty much everywhere online has it for about $199. I found a few places, including my local shop, Nitro House. They had it for $163.99, which was kind of crazy. I mean, you're going to pay $100 for a chassis anyways. So that is why I bought the MIP kit. Price was pretty affordable at the time, and you know, I'm getting a completely different handling truck. Why not? So let's take a little closer look here. I'll go over the two slight negatives I've had, but everything else has been great so far. Let's take a look at those two items, and you'll probably see what I'm talking about. The first one's going to be the Servo Posts, and you'll see that there's those nice anodized blue aluminum. It has a little MIP logo on there. Ever try to screw something in that's completely round? It's pretty hard, so I ended up using some Gorilla Tape to just kind of hold them while I screw it in from underneath. So it would have been nice to have a flat spot, maybe on either the bottom or the top, so you can kind of grip onto something. But other than that, they went on pretty easily after I figured that part out. The second thing is, you'll notice here, is there's two different size titanium turnbuckles now, and I was looking for it originally, couldn't find it, but they are the Lunsford titanium turnbuckles that come for the steering. You'll see the regular ones, the 5mm, and then right below is the 4mm ones from the MIP kit. There's lots of little tricks to get those things installed correctly, and they have all these tiny little washers that go on that little inside piece right there. Hopefully I can get a finger in there to point to it, but right in there on the inside, they have a little concave washer that goes both on the bottom and the top, and you have to slide all three items into that little kind of deal in there for the servo saver. So it was kind of tricky to get all three items in and then drop the screw in and get that thing going, but I was able to get that in. It would have been nice to have just, you know, one piece on that turnbuckle little rod in there. So that would have been cool. Other than that, that was pretty easy as well. So all in all, I mean, you throw two little negatives in there, which were almost nothing. This kit is awesome. So can't wait to get the electronics installed. I'm going to do that actually right after the filming of this video, and then start working on those bypass shocks. I'm going to do some research first, find out what people are running for a clay track, high bite, and we'll go from there. So that's it for now on the first portion of the MIP kit. If you have any questions, comments, throw them on down below. And as always, if you like the video, hit that like button. Over now.